Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Eric wakes up, thinks he's still married to Brooke. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates tease Eric Forrester may wake up, but suppose he's in the history. He could wake up allowing he's still married to Brooke Logan, making effects awkward. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, analogous effects have happened before, analogous effects have happened ahead, with Steffi Forrester Finnegan waking up from her coma after being shot thinking she and Liam Spencer were still wedded. This was after she was shot by Sheila Carter and John Finnegan was presumed dead. Hopefully, Eric will wake up and his family will be given a Christmas phenomenon, but it may not be all smooth sailing. He may suppose he's times in the history. When he's suitable to breathe on his own and speak, he might want to see his woman, confusing those around him. He could indeed suppose his son with Brooke and Croker. Bridget Forrester is Brooke, or clarify he wants to see Brooke and relate to her as his woman. Eric Forrester and Donna Logan were married years ago. Still, it's possible everyone will suppose he means Donna Logan, to whom he was married for a short times agone. If he asks for his woman, they may just suppose he's mixed up in time and suppose he and Donna are still wedded until he says he's talking about Brooke, and that's been over 30 times agone. Brooke was married to Eric before she was married to Ridge Forrester, and she and Eric have 2 overgrown children, Bridget and her aged family Rick Forrester. While it isn't unusual for someone who's been in a coma and who was resuscitated to have memory issues, this could be rough if he thinks he's wedded to Brooke. The only thing worse would be if he woke up allowing he was still married to Sheila Carter. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, everyone will have to be patient, although if Eric doesn't realize he's back in time in his mind it could beget disunion both between Brooke and Donna, and him and Ridge. Eric could make up his mind to pursue Brooke and get her back, and that would be tough to deal with for everyone, especially if Brooke decided she wanted him back. Donna would still be hurt indeed, though she might realize he's regressed in his memory, but she'd be more hurt by Brooke in that case. All by all, though, everyone would be thankful to have Eric back, indeed if he's confused for a while. His memory will return as his body heals, and they'll just have to remain patient. Ridge is heading for a huge fall, plus, could Eric be the new Buffy? It sounded fairly egregious over the once many weeks that Bold and Beautiful was erecting toward a big Christmas phenomenon twist with Eric. But I've a feeling this is only the morning of the story, and that what comes next is going to be both brutal and fantastic. Read on for further. Ridge is the worst. Ridge has come, that character who, simply by walking in a room, makes situations worse. Brooke and Taylor's fellowship pact could have given us all kinds of story, but no, because Ridge. Rather, we got the 10,432 reunion of Brooke and Ridge, which indeed the show isn't all that into, as substantiated by the fact that they haven't indeed mentioned tying the knot again for periods. We all know that when this show truly loves a couple, they rushed into the Forrester living room for a Carter special and also transferred to the back burner. Anyway, for a while there, Liam reclaimed the title of, to adopt an expression from Keith Olbermann, worst person in the world. But planting unwanted kisses on Steffi and also telling Hope he'd always love her pales in comparison to Ridge's rearmost capers. Can't we all just get along? Ever since concluding not to pull the draw on his pater, Ridge has kinda sorta criticized himself, but only in such a fashion that he principally makes everyone around him say, no, we forced you to keep Eric alive. In fact, the way he went from "that's it, we pulling the draw" to no way mind is the life or death fellow of his bouncing between Taylor and Brooke. The only downside? This won't go on for times. Although this week's scenes were so repetitious, it kinda felt that way. But what really guaranteed his WPITW title for me this week was the way he dealt with Zend. When the eager beaver came in, all bright-eyed and bushy-tagged and wanting to finish Eric's fashion line, it was a no-brainer. All Ridge had to do was say, R.J. and I were just agitating that veritably thing. How cool would it be for the 3 of us to unite to make my pater's vision come to life? But no. Ridge principally told his whoreson, get lost, youngster. Is it any wonder that Zend feels like the black lamb of the family? And while I know this will no way come to pass, I can't help wishing that they would pursue that angle. Stop dancing around the content and let's end openly question whether it's because he's black. Would it make some people, both on the show and in the followership, uncomfortable? Without mistrustfulness. Which is exactly what makes it worth doing. But the odds of this particular cleaner ever going that route are right over there with them introducing a gay fashion developer. Once further, with feeling on the face, it appears that Eric is on his way back to his favored bones. Friday's ending had him waking up, important to the relief of everyone by his bedside. He indeed uttered Merry Christmas. But I am not sure I'd start celebrating just yet. For 2 solid weeks, Ridge has been bothered about the possibility of Eric suffering long-term consequences of the experimental procedure. Given the huge dramatic possibility this plot would present, I can't help but hope it comes to pass. However, stick with me then, you'll recall that she, like Eric, if you were an addict of the hectically uncredited series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and indeed if you weren't. In her case, it was after immolating herself to help the catastrophe. Again. Her musketeers yanked her back to the land of the living, but she couldn't help begrudging them for doing so. She indeed sang a gorgeously poignant song about the malaise which had taken over her soul since being revivified. What if the real reason Bold and Beautiful allowed us to see Eric and Stephanie compactly reunited in the afterlife was so that they could play the resentment he feels upon waking up, feeling trapped in a body he fears will no way completely recover? John McCook opens up about emotional struggle with Eric's dying plot. The Bold and the Beautiful. Presently, the Forresters are going through a delicate time with their cherished Eric facing a life and death situation. Of course, it's really hard to see our favored Bones floundering. In the midst of this emotional fermentation, the family is rallying together, facing the challenges head-on. It's not just about the on-screen struggle. Occasionally, delivering the exact emotion becomes the real challenge. John McCook, who plays Eric Forrester, talks about the tough times he'd while acting in the story where Eric is about to protest the pale. In a special interview, McCook addresses about the difficulty of acting as if he's really sick and dying. So let's hear it from the actor himself. The Bold and the Beautiful. John McCook faces emotional roller coaster. The Bold and the Beautiful has no way nestled down from pushing the boundaries of liar. Recently, John McCook has been dealing with one of the toughest stories in his career, showing Eric's dramatic health decline. John has been open about the challenges he faced while acting out the violent scenes where Eric is on his deathbed. In his recent interview, he stressed how important it's to separate fabrication and reality. But he assured suckers that he's actually doing okay despite the emotional risk the plot has taken on him. Eric in the sanitarium. One of the major hurdles for the actor has been portraying Eric's illness without counting on overused ideas about getting old. I've tried veritably hard to make it clear that Eric is sick, not old, he explained. The Bold and the Beautiful actor admitted that it goes against what he naturally wants to do. He says that as a pantomime, as he likes to move around and express himself. McCook participated that Ed Scott, the show's patron, frequently tells him, "Stop waving. You're weak, and it's supposed to be delicate to move your arms." Despite the physical challenges, John set up it unexpectedly easy to show the deep feelings and love that Eric has for his family. He talked about the real love and fellowship among the cast, calling their connections interdependent. According to McCook, times of working together have created a special bond, making it important to be open with co-stars during performances. Talking about Eric's story, McCook honored how important it's to punctuate the love between Eric and Donna. He said he tete-a-tete felt it was veritably important for their relationship to be a big part of the story. Some of the Bold and the Beautiful suckers wanted Donna to marry Mr. Forrester. But McCook explained that it might have taken down from the deeper story they were trying to tell. Eric and Donna. Indeed, though Eric got the party he wanted, McCook couldn't help but partake his belief that marrying Donna would have been a good thing for his character. The actor refocused out that the plot gave them a chance to explore commodity deeper between them.